This is Scott, and this is Adrian. Scott and Adrian are beekeepers. They are going to requeen a hive. Let's sit back and see what we can learn.
Hi, I'm Scott Deno from Backyard Beekeeping Ballarat, and we're going to do some requeening. Scott, two methods, what are they?
Well, traditional method, which we pull frame by frame and check for the queen on each frame, and then putting that frame into a spare super until we find the queen, so isolating. And the second method is the same one, but we're going to depopulate the hive beforehand.
Fantastic, let's get into it.
Move the super without checking it. That can be done when you put it back together. Gently loosen all the frames before you lift them from the box. This allows the bees some time to settle. Slow and calm movements will reduce disturbances to the bees and keep them calm and easy to work. Move the frame across your field of vision rather than swinging your head. This grid pattern search makes finding the queen easier. It also allows you to see deep in the cells when doing biosecurity checks. Now's the time to do your maintenance. Here, we're removing burr comb using a hive tool. Then we have another look across the frame in a grid pattern before placing the frame gently into the spare box. Put it in the same position you took it from the hive box. When working through the brood box, start at frame 7, then 2. Check the outside frames, then work inward towards the centre, remembering the queen will move towards the dark.
Contender. Again, lots of open brood. There she is. Beautiful Carney. She's measuring. See that? She might lay. She's doing a lot of measuring. She puts her head into the cell.
Yeah.
So what she'll just dip her head into the cell as she's walking along. And she's checking to see if there's an egg and what size the hole is. I'll just interrupt her a little bit. Push her back towards the middle. There we go. No, I didn't even touch her. Just my finger being there is enough for her to move back. I leave her at the front door. Okay? So here's our marked queen in the cage. She has a blue dot on her. And we're just going to prepare to put this in the hive. So candy end, open end. So we need to take the candy end off. Now, each style of queen cage has a different sort of purpose or different way of doing it. But this one's an easy one. I just upside down, hive tool down, peel it off. Nice and easy. No stress. Then we just make some room here. put the queen in there. Okay, they're very quiet girls. Okay. So this hive here we tried to requeen yesterday. We've already been through the box, we can't find the queen. So what we're going to do is depopulate the hive to put the favour back in your side to try and find the queen. So this would be done first thing in the morning. You know, as soon as it's warm enough to open a hive. Give yourself, you want to do this about 4 hours before you requeen. 4 hours is a good amount of time for bees to leave the hive. So we smoke the hive. Okay. Then we do our M-lock up as we're going to move it. Then we pick up the hive and we roll it around. So now it's facing the wrong way. Okay, we put a board back here, a baseboard. So they're expecting, the field bees are expecting to see their hive here, but it's not, it's over here. So we open the hive. Don't worry about the M-lock too much. Don't even worry about taking the lid off. Straight in over the excluder. Break the hive. Take that and put it on there. Right, this is now a dummy hive. And this is just the honey super. So with this hive here, we're just going to put the lid on. And these bees will exit.
We left the hive for 4 hours, came back and found the queen. We replaced her. Now we're putting the hive back together.
Now at this stage, because we've depopulated this hive, we can now reintroduce the honey super, which is acting as the mother hive. So this one here. Okay, so we just take honey super, put it back onto the brood box. Yep. So these field bees still believe this is their home, and it's purely a location thing. This is where the entrance was originally, and this is where they're going back to. This is why we don't move hives very far in one hit, or we move them, 3-5 k's or more. So it's all back together. M-lock's nice and tight. You can roll it back on, roll it back around, and put it back to where it was. All right. Loosen the M-lock just so the box can breathe, and the bees go back to work as if nothing has happened. But you've had the upper hand. So the whole time that you're requeening this brood box here or over in the shade, you've had the upper hand because the field bees weren't bothering you. And that is a really good way of doing it.
Scott's rules for finding the queen. Get your friends to help. Many eyes will make the work easier. Have something to sit on. This way you won't feel rushed and it will make it much easier to work. Use a grid pattern and work across the frame. Starting on the outside frames, work towards the centre of the hive. Remember, the queen will always head towards the dark. And if all else fails, depopulate the hive and look for her amongst less bees. It makes it all that much easier.
That was great. It was amazing to see the two and how simple and easy it was. Great to see those bees being so calm and so quiet and just generally having a great time.
Yep.
It was almost like you weren't there.
Look after genetics.
Yeah,
that's
fantastic.
number one. The method of taking a frame out at a time, it's really best if you've got some other people with you. I call it many eyes.
Yeah.
That's the system I like. If you can have 2 or 3 other people, that frame gets checked 3 times into the box, 3 times out of the box. You'll never miss the queen. But if you do, depopulate like number 2,
Yeah.
and away you go.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks for having us here today.
No worries.